man who does so much for the community. He's somebody that I cherish, and I think the city of Detroit cherishes, and that is Mr. Luther Keith. Good morning, Luther.
Good morning. Glad
How
to
are
be here.
you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Luther Bluesman Keith, by the way.
Bad man.
Bad man. Well,
Uh,
you still a bad man Keith who sings the
There we
blues.
go. There we go.
But you're not singing the blues right now because you're getting ready for Saturday, August 2nd, Neighborhoods Day.
Right.
Why don't you tell the audience about that?
Well, Neighborhoods Day, Rise Troy started it 8 years ago. This will be our eighth one, August the 2nd. And we created a day to really celebrate the work of people in neighborhoods, block clubs, church communities throughout the year. And we said, we're used to having these big events downtown at Hart Plaza, the River Blast, the fireworks. We said we never had a day where we said people in the neighborhoods are special for what they do. We want to lift them up and show what they do. So we created a day called Neighborhoods Day. And on this day, we asked churches, block clubs, community groups not to go downtown one place, but do something in their own neighborhood to show how they're creating a better Detroit. So we have people doing everything from cleaning up neighborhoods to building houses to health fairs to concerts, back to school events, parades, marches, anti-crime events, scholarship application, giving out scholarship applications, all kinds of back to school events, people adopting schools and doing beautification projects. The first year we did this, we had some 50 events all over Detroit on the same day. The last 2 years has grown to some 200. Think about this, all over Detroit. And now we've grown to where we have more events before, during, and after Neighborhoods Day. And this year we're going to be announcing, actually we have people from 14 states and Canada who will be participating in Neighborhoods this day, volunteers. So this thing has grown tremendously, and we want to make it a national story, a good news story for Detroit and Detroit people. Work so hard, give them some recognition and inspire people.
Right, and it's an opportunity for these great neighborhoods to showcase what they've been doing.
Absolutely.
And there are many great neighborhoods in Detroit.
There really are, and even in the neighborhoods that you might think aren't so wonderful, there are people there who are now making a statement, getting involved, people who have never given up, coming together, helping each other, helping their neighbors, which is why we call it Neighborhoods Day. So it's really something special, and through the through the support of our sponsors, we've been very fortunate. We've been able to provide support, cleanup bags, water, other resources that we've been able to offer, and we have great support from the foundations, a wide range of corporate supporters. A huge number of churches participate, the faith-based community. It's really a way that brings the whole city together in a very unique way. And it was created by and for the people of the neighborhoods of Detroit. It wasn't created by the mayor. It wasn't created by the governor or the president. It was created by the people in the neighborhoods of Detroit. And it's really special, and it's a wonderful thing to be part of.
Well, you have something on here that says host a community cleanup, health fair, garden planting, home board up, back to school or educational event, youth or sports activities, festival and parade.
Correct.
Well, what do people have to do, or a music concert? And
Yeah, well, what we ask, and again, Rise Detroit is not planning any of these events. We don't tell people what to do, and people really can't first get to that. They want, tell us what to do, tell us where to go. No, this is your event. It's going to be what you want it to be and where you want it to be. What we do is this: we ask a $50 registration fee. For that, we provide a beautiful banner with the name of the organization. We provide a number of T-shirts. We provide, again, support for water for your event. This year, Waste Management of Michigan just called me yesterday. They're going to have thousands of cleanup bags for all these neighborhood groups that are doing these projects. We're working on some other things as well. So we put all the events online. We provide marketing support. We recruit volunteers. We have people who want to volunteer for events right now. And you can register by going to our website, which is www.arisedetroit.org. That's www.arisedetroit.org. Click on the link or give us a call at 313-921-1955. That's 313-921-1955. And get some recognition for your church, your community group, and feel connected
and
to
I
people.
think that when people join in and work together, it builds unity.
Absolutely.
And that's so much unity in the community. I'm a poet.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No.
But unity in the community, you know how important that is for the community, for everybody to come out of their houses and talk to each other, work together, and so forth. Don't you agree?
Absolutely, because one of the great things about Neighborhoods Day, people realize they aren't in this game by themselves. There are people in Southwest Detroit, Northeast Side, downtown, Midtown. They are working, they're struggling, they're looking for ways to make their communities and their neighborhoods better. And on this day, you really are connected to people all over the city. And if I make no other no other entity or no other event that pulls things together quite like this. Is we always like to talk about things that are uniquely Detroit. This is a uniquely Detroit event that no other city, to my knowledge, does anything quite like it, and something for everybody. What if I told you right now, as part of Neighborhood Day, part of it's going to be did you know there was a new college in Detroit? A new liberal arts college in Detroit? No one's heard about it.
Well, tell us about it. Come on now.
Okay, it's called Grace College Detroit, and they're on the west side of Detroit. And they're going to have an open house as part of Neighborhood Day. Let me tell you something.
Really?
Yes, you'll hear more about it. We're going to have a tremendous march. Palmer Park is going to be central for a lot of stuff on Neighborhood Day. One of which is a march by a group called Heal Detroit. We've had a lot of marches and crime. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to take a bunch of people. They're going to start at 7 Mile in Greenfield. Another people are going to meet at 7 Mile in Van Dyke, and they're going to walk and meet in Palmer Park. Have a big rally. That's only one of 3 parades we're
I'll
having
just sit
that
at
day.
Palmer Park and wait.
Yeah, we have a number of events there at Palmer Park. There's a woman named, speaking of Palmer Park, a woman named Hollywood Johnson, who has the Hollywood Johnson Golf Institute. For every year, they have a big golf tournament for young people. They're at Palmer Park. She's gotten a lot of kids scholarships, but she got a group of 20 youngsters from Harlem, New York, that are coming for the second year in a row to play with Detroit youngsters in Palmer Park.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah, we've got, and that's a great thing about it. We have all kinds of incredible stories. We have all kinds of incredible festivals and marches, and then people just cleaning up their neighborhoods. We have people building houses with Habitat of Humanity.
Luther, do you have a record of how many block clubs there are in Detroit?
Well, there are hundreds of block clubs in Detroit, and I don't know them all, but many of them are part of Neighborhoods Day. We have a lot of community associations, and there are a lot of community associations that represent many block clubs. For instance, University Common in the 7 Mile Livernois area, they're a part of it every year. They're going to have a big thing they call Jazz on the Avenue, where it's a whole day of music and festivities along there. Then in 8 Mile in DeQuinder, Shirley Birch and her group called Community United for Progress, they have a huge back-to-school event called Bringing in Change, where hundreds of people over at the Belmont Shopping Center. Another big event, Grass Splash downtown.
Grass Splash.
Yeah, they have a huge event with lots of people, vendors. And so Neighborhoods Day is really, sometimes my friends in the media may think of it as just a cleanup day, but it's a lot of cleanup, but it's a lot more than that.
It's a lot of activities.
It's a lot of
activities.
activities.
You're talking about health fairs.
Health fairs. We have tremendous sponsors, and we have people like the DMC, Blue Cross Blue Shield, who are our sponsors. So a lot of health fairs, health screenings, a lot of churches are involved. A lot of great music is involved. We have techno music. We have a group called Backpacking for Success that collects backpacks for kids, and they have techno music on Belle Isle as part of their event. And if you bring a school backpack, you get in for free.
Well, you said Belle Isle.
That's going to be on Belle Isle. We literally have events from Belle Isle to 8 Mile Road.
I see.
Nobody does this. This is what I'm saying.
Nobody does it.
Detroiters have created something truly incredible with the Neighborhoods Day. And our goal, again, is to make this a national story this year, a national good news story for Detroit. Remember, there's a lot of interest on Detroit now. We have a lot of corporate people coming in. We love them all. But there's something to be said for folks who never gave up, for folks who never left.
And those are the people who need to be highlighted.
Exactly. And that's what we try to do. There are so many wonderful stories about this. There's a young lady named Felicia Andrews, who's a CPA for the city of Detroit. She started her own group called Team 313 because she was tired of seeing blight in her neighborhood. On her own, no grants, no formal organizations, started volunteering, getting folks every week, and they're cleaning up a neighborhood in Detroit. And they're part of this, and they're doing some great things. We have Kevin Fite, who runs the Detroit City Chess Club, won national awards. They're part of Neighborhoods Day.
They are.
Kevin Fite is part of this. Malik Yakini, who runs the Black Food Security Network. We're going to have urban farming. They're huge. We're going to highlight urban farming across Detroit as part of this day. So many things. I have another young lady named Yvonne Rucker, whose thing is she wants to get particularly urban youngsters to get involved in biking, Olympic biking. And, they have something called the Velodrome out in Rochester, I believe it is, or Madison Heights. But her thing is to promote biking among young people here in the city. She's part of the neighborhood today.
Well, once again, let's say how they can contact you or the organization. What's the website? Phone number.
Right. And it's very important because the first week of July is going to be the registration deadline. So it's really right now. If you're interested, you want to be part of it, go to our website, www.arisedetroit.org. Click on the link, and you can register or give us a call at 313-921-1955. If you go to our website right now, click on, we have a neighborhoods event list. You can see in real time how many people have registered. Right now, we have over 100 right now. We're going to pray. And so now is the time to sign on board, make your church your block club. If you say, well, no one promotes us, no one promotes the positive, that's what this day is about. And one thing we do with my former media colleagues, we try to encourage them to cover this event, give it the coverage that some of these other events have when some bad things happen.
Right, right.
So we want to lift up this and celebrate these people who are working against great odds.
Absolutely.
And inspiring people with their work all
Absolutely.
across the city.
Well, thank you, my
Thank
dear.
you, Brenda. I want to just thank you, Brenda, because people like you in my former life as a journalist, I realize how important to tell the story. So as the work is done, the story must be told. And that's why I always appreciate the fact that you extend yourself like this, because it's really important that people get this information. And so you're making a tremendous difference in the community, and I'm always honored to be part of it.
Wow. Gee. Ladies and gentlemen, Arise Detroit, Luther Keith, and we'll be back in just a moment to talk about black male engagement. Thank you. This was really, really good. Hopefully we'll
Thank
be
you.
back in
Oh.
just a second. We're still on. I'm just waiting a moment for the engineer. So, well, we'll talk a minute. Where are you performing?
Actually, I'm performing this Saturday. I'm out at the Detroit Pub. And then July the 7th, for folks who work downtown, I'm going to be playing at the Campus Marsh concert series. Noontime lunch from noon to 2, Monday, July 7th, down at Campus Marsh's Park. So come down and we'll get your blues on for you.
Well, when is your new DVD coming? I mean, CD.
Actually, I hope to have it out sometime in the fall.
How do you do all this? New music. If you haven't heard Luther, please, he wears a flag shirt.
Well, it's just like you do, Brenda. How do you do all you do? You love what you do, and you put all your heart and soul into it. So I'm very blessed that I can do it and energize and come on your show energizes me. So now I can get up and do some more.
Well, I know. We'll be. Well, it once again, ladies and gentlemen, Neighborhoods Day, and we will be talking to my guest in just a minute when we come right